Hey, what's up YouTube? It's X-Man 1991 back again with another video. Before I do a recap of a 3-game homestand between the Cubbies and the Astros and Game 1 of the Eastern and Western Conference Finals between the Lakers and the Nuggets and the Heat and the Celtics, I got some breaking news. This week we lost 2 legends. First, Brandon O'Brien, the original voice actor of the Crash Bandicoot franchise. Oh man. Brandon O'Brien died on March 23rd, and his death was not confirmed until Mother's Day. Anytime I will play any of the Crash Bandicoot games for the PlayStation, I will always mention Brandon O'Brien's name. He did the voice of Crash Bandicoot, Cortex, Tiny Tiger, Pinstripe, and Brio, and Jin, and many more characters, and Komodo Mo. This guy was a big part of our childhood voicing these characters in these Crash Bandicoot games. Now, this shit is going to hit different playing these Crash games now that he's gone. I'm completely lost for words. I grew up listening to this man voicing these Crash Bandicoot characters. I just can't believe that he's gone, bro. 60 years old. Last Tuesday was his birthday. He would have been 61 right now. Rest in peace to Brandon O'Brien. Thank you for being part of our childhood voicing these Crash Bandicoot characters. Now it's going to hit different playing these games now that you're gone. Your legacy as Crash Bandicoot will definitely live on. He was the best voice actor of Crash Bandicoot. He's definitely going to be missed. Yesterday, we lost another legend, WWE Hall of Famer superstar Billy Graham. After he was hospitalized earlier this year due to a brain and an ear infection. But this is not his first time having health problems. He's been having health problems for the past 2 decades. But it's a good thing that he'll be in a better place and he's not suffering anymore. This is why Master P said that we should start giving our people their flowers so they can actually smell them. So as usual, let's bow our heads in a moment of silence for these 2 legends. Brandon O'Brien will always be our Crash Bandicoot. And superstar Billy Graham. Rest in peace to Brandon O'Brien. May 9th, 1962 to March 23rd, 2023. And superstar Billy Graham. June 7th, 1943 to May 17, 2023. 3 weeks before turning 80. These 2 will definitely be missed. Thank you. I'm still shocked hearing about Brandon O'Brien's death. First, Mel Winkler, the voice of Aku Aku, died in 2020. Now Brandon O'Brien? I just can't believe it. I'm trying to see if I can make a video doing a tribute to Brandon O'Brien. I don't know when, but it's going to happen. I definitely need to do a tribute video on him, voicing these Crash Bandicoot characters. I just can't believe it. How many more legends from our childhood must we lose? I don't fucking understand that. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and do a recap of a 3-game homestand between the Chicago Cubbies and your World Series champions, the Houston Astros. All right, let's get right into it. Starting on Monday. Astros scored 4 runs in the bottom of the first. Neither teams didn't score shit in the second and third inning. The Cubbies tied at 4 in the top of the fourth inning. Neither teams didn't score shit in the fifth and sixth inning. Astros scored 2 runs in the bottom of the seventh, and neither teams didn't score shit in the last 2 innings. Final score: Houston Astros 6, the Chicago Cubbies 4. The Astros were 22-19 as the Cubbies dropped to 19-22. This is Tuesday's game. Astros scored 1 run in the bottom of the first. Cubbies scored 1 run in the top of the second. Neither teams didn't score shit in the third inning. Astros scored 4 runs in the bottom of the fourth. Neither teams didn't score shit in the fifth and sixth inning. Astros scored 2 runs in the bottom of the seventh. Neither teams didn't score shit in the eighth inning. And the Cubbies scored 2 runs in the top of the ninth, but it was not enough as they would fall to the World Series champions 7-3. Astros were 23-19 as the Cubbies would drop to 19-23. And now a recap of yesterday's game. Cubbies scored 3 runs in the top of the first, while the Astros scored 1 run in the bottom of the first. Neither teams didn't score shit in the second inning. Cubbies scored 2 runs in the top of the third, then they scored 1 run in the top of the fourth. Neither teams didn't score shit in the fifth, sixth, and seventh inning. Then the Astros made a hell of a comeback in the last 2 innings, scoring 2 runs in the bottom of the eighth and 4 runs in the bottom of the ninth, beating the Chicago Cubs 7-6. Coming back from a 6-1 lead. Astros are now 24-19 as the Cubbies drop to 19-24. This weekend, the Astros will be facing the Athletics before they head to Milwaukee Monday through Wednesday, going up against the Brewers. Then they go against the Athletics in Oakland next Friday through Sunday. They'll be back at home on Memorial Day through the 31st, taking on the Minnesota Twins. Yeah, buddy. How the hell the Astros came back from a 6-1 lead and people were pretty much panicking at the Minute Maid Park, thinking that the Astros was not going to make a comeback. But they did. That shit was completely unexpected. I'd expect the Astros to make a comeback towards the end of the game, but they did. Thanks to King Tuck, the Astros were able to beat the Cubbies 7-6. This is their second sweep of the season. First against their 2021 World Series opponents, the Braves, and now the Cubbies. That's incredible how the Astros made a huge comeback towards the end of that game. That's why they're the World Series champions. Congratulations, Astros, for sweeping the Cubbies, even though I used to be a huge fan of the Cubs because Sammy Sosa was on that team. I got into Chicago teams because of my dad. The Bears, the White Sox, the Cubbies, and the Bulls. Even though I'm not a huge fan of the Chicago Bears. I'm not sure if I was a fan of the White Sox, but I do remember they won the 2005 World Series. And before a new episode of the Bernie Mac Show came on, there was a promo where Bernie Mac was wearing a Chicago White Sox 2005 World Series champion shirt. And he congratulated the White Sox for winning that World Series because Bernie Mac was a fan of the White Sox. And you know he's from Chicago. You already know I'm a big fan of the Bulls since the Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen era. So, congratulations, Astros, once again for defeating the Cubbies. Now we're going to do a recap of Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals between the LA Lakers and the Denver Chicken Nuggets. All right. Now that I think of it, the Astros making a comeback from a 6-1 lead against the Cubbies yesterday, it reminds me of Game 1 of the American League Division Series from last year when the Astros were down 7-3, and thanks to Yordan Alvarez hitting a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth inning, allowing the Astros to take Game 1 of the American League Division Series, beating the Mariners 8-7. That's what yesterday's game reminds me of. Anyway, here's Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals between the Lakers and the Nuggets. Lakers lost by 8 in the first quarter, 37-25, but they made a comeback in the second quarter by 4. They got crushed in the first half. 37-25 in the first quarter and 35-29 in the second quarter. The Nuggets lead 62-54 at halftime. Lakers made a comeback in the second half, outscoring the Nuggets by quattro in the third, 38-34, with the Nuggets still leading 96-92 after the third quarter. Lakers outscored the Nuggets by 8 in the fourth quarter, 34-26, but it was not enough as they would fall to the Nuggets by 4, 132-126. The Nuggets leads the series 1-0, with Game 2 airing tonight, and I will watch it. Who was the player of the game? Let me see. Let me guess. Yep. Nikola Jokic was the player of the game with 34 points, 21 rebounds, and 14 assists, which means he got a triple-double. That's what's up. Nikola Jokic got a triple-double, and he was the player of the game. 34 points, 21 rebounds, and 14 assists. Michael Porter Jr. needed 8 more assists to go with a triple-double. 15 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. LeBron needed 1 more assist to go with a triple-double. 26 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists. Anthony Davis needed 7 more assists to go with a triple-double. 40 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. Now we're going to do a recap of Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics. Oh boy, it feels like 2012, 2013 all over again between these two teams. The Heat lost by a deuce in the first quarter, 30-28. Then they lost by 5 in the second quarter, 36-29. Celtics lead 66-57 at halftime. The Heat made a comeback in the third quarter, 46-25. And they would lead, who would lead after the third quarter? The Heat would lead 103-91 after the third quarter. Lakers lost by 5 in the fourth quarter, 25-20. Final score: Miami Heat 123, Boston Celtics 116. The Heat leads the series 1-0, with Game 2 airing tomorrow night. Y'all should know who's the player of the game. Jimmy G. Butler, 35 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists. Marcus Smart needed 9 more rebounds to go with a triple-double. 13 points, 1 rebound, and 11 assists. Congratulations to the Heat. They won game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. I give the Nuggets credit because they came to play. It was a tough loss for the Lakers. Keep your heads up, Lakers. Get your shit together and get yourselves ready for your next game, which is on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, their next game is on... No, it's on tonight. Get yourselves ready for tonight for game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. Before I go, there's one Memphis Grizzlies point guard that I need to talk about. Ja Morant. This nigga has been all on the news ever since he got caught with a gun in a video. He was already suspended for 8 games during the regular NBA season. Now he just lost a $36 million deal and he's suspended from any NBA activities. And Nike has removed his signed shoes from their website. Ja Morant, you need help. You need some motherfucking help, my nigga. I can't believe that shit happened to you, bro. What was you thinking on having a gun, bro? Really? This reminds me of Gilbert Arenas, who violated NBA's rules of having a gun. And he got suspended for most of the 2009-2010 NBA season without pay. Now, Ja Morant, you need help, because I'll be damned if I'm going to sit back and watch you act like Tory Lanez, Mystical, and R. Kelly. Come on, bro. You better get your shit together or you're going to end up in jail just like Tory Lanez, Mystical, and Robert Kelly. Get your shit together, you son of a bitch. I lost respect for this guy. I thought he plays for the 76ers, but he plays for the Memphis Grizzlies. I do not feel bad for him at all. I don't feel bad for anybody that do stupid shit like this. And just like Charles Barkley said, you can't do stupid stuff. And I agree with Charles. Can't do stupid shit like this, especially if you're an athlete. Shout out to Mike Henry, Jaime and Katie Filer, and the hosts of the Just a Little Shady podcast, Haley, Jade, and Brittany. A link to their YouTube pages will be in the description down below. And don't forget, tomorrow, Haley, Jade, and Brittany will launch their Just a Little Shady podcast merch before they upload a new episode of the podcast. That's going to do it for my recap of a 3-game homestand between the Cubbies and the Astros and game 1 of the Eastern and Western Conference Finals of the Heat versus Celtics and Lakers versus Nuggets. If you're new here, hit subscribe and hit that notification bell for my next Lakers, Heat, and Astros rant. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and leave your comment down below. What are your thoughts about Ja Morant getting the punishment that he's getting? I'll be back in a minute to show y'all highlights of the 2003 WWE Judgment Day pay-per-view. Go Los Angeles Lakers. Go Miami Heat. And go Houston Astros. Play stupid games. Win stupid fucking dumb prizes. No more talk.